Hooded Afro here. And of course, today we are going to be reviewing what happened at Survivor Series WarGames in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I don't know why I said it like that, but either way, doesn't matter. What does matter is now we are in December. We are done with this, and I want to start off apologizing for not having the review of Crown Jewel up. I was very sick. I've just been during that period. I was coughing. It was very, very bad. I'm sorry that I did not update you guys. I did not do a review on Crown Jewel, but I want to make sort of an announcement here regarding, obviously, Survivor Series and moving forward as we head into January for the next year. I know we are coming out of a very successful year of 2024, especially in the world of wrestling, but a lot of things are going on in the world that not a lot of people are ready for. People are not ready for the changes that are going to be made moving forward. I understand the frustrations. I right there with you, but I want to put everybody's mind at ease. December's the last year. We then have about 20 days in January before things start to change. Don't let what happened in November affect you. Don't let what happened in November affect you and your lives right now. We're still living, we're still breathing, we're still here. It took time for me to realize that and understand that. Sometimes we have to just come to terms about those certain things. And for here, we now have, of course, we now have change. And I don't want change. So, really, let's just jump in to Survivor Series WarGames, and let's see how we did. Let's see how everything went down. So, okay. So, let's talk about what happened first. We start off with the women's war games. I had talked about this in my prediction video. If you guys haven't seen that, go check that out before coming here to the review. I want to make this clear about my prediction. I want to jump right into what I was trying to get at. So what I was trying to get at was the fact that we had a war game set up. The first thing that pissed me off was that Liv Morgan and Nia Jax are teaming up. Why does that piss me off? Well, as a viewer, I literally just saw 3 weeks ago these two women beat up each other. Now, as a viewer, I'm seeing these two women team up. These two world champions, women's world champions. I'm seeing them team up against the baby faces. Then, to add icing on top of the cake, you take out Jade Cargill, which then prevents her from having to compete in the Survivor Series War Game. Insert Bayley in here, who's had issues with both Bianca and Io. And you get a whole, whirlwind of stupidity. Nia Jax and Liv Morgan teaming up is forced. It feels forced, and it is forced. It was forced, I should say. It was very forced. Then to take out Cargill and put in Bayley is just more on the stupidity over the entire board. But does that take away from everybody who's in this match? Does this take away the reasoning why everybody's in this match? No, and I'll explain. Tiffany's in here, obviously, because Nia Jax is in here. Candice LeRae is the same thing. I couldn't fit all of them, but you get it. So Tiffany and Candice are in here because of Nia Jax. Nia Jax is in here because they wanted to apparently bury the hatchet and be buddy-buddy. Liv Morgan and Raquel were in this from the jump, because their feud is with Rhea Ripley. Io is in the match because she's the number one contender for Liv's title. Bianca and Jade were in the match because literally they faced Jax and Tiffany and Liv and Raquel on Raw and SmackDown. And these two, they got all pissed off and just joined up together. Bayley got added in because Jade Cargill got taken out. And Naomi's in there because, well, she's got beef with Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae's in there. That was another reason. Candice LeRae was in there because she had beef with Naomi. But the fact that we had a switch change, and it felt like we were leading up to it, and we made quick changes and switches. The one problem I had was that it felt forced to have Liv Morgan team up with Nia Jax, especially 3 weeks after fighting each other. Literally fighting each other. I don't care if they had common threats on the other team. I don't give a fuck about that. Think about it in real life. You fought somebody else, all right? Let's say you fought your buddy. Or not even your buddy. Let's say you just fought somebody, okay? Now let's say you both of you, all right, who fought each other, have beef with other people, all right? After you guys fought, you guys gonna be buddy-buddy? You guys gonna go team up? We're gonna bury the hatchet, team up, and fucking take out this? Hell no! If that were me, and I hope common sense fits this line, you're not gonna team up with this guy. I don't care how much beef you got with this guy, right? Listen. And then you can't even argue and put the enemy of my enemy as my friend. All right. There needs to be a time. There needs to be a gap. There needs to be enough of a gap for that to happen, right? Cody and Roman had a gap from April, and then you saw it in October. There's a big gap there, and Cody still didn't trust Roman, right? So why would Nia Jax want to team up with Liv? Oh, well, everything's all cool now. No. What should have happened, and this was my idea. This is a pitch idea, right? I didn't pitch this to WWE. I didn't write to WWE or say this. No, I thought it to be Liv and Raquel should have grabbed Cora Jade and fucking Roxanne, and then as a surprise, since we were going to somehow Bayley was going to fit up in that War Games, right? Somehow, Io was going to start the match. Let's have Dakota Kai be that last member for Liv and Raquel's team, right? Because there's so much in there that ties right up in there. That's so great. Now there's going to be beef coming out of it between Tiffany and Candice LeRae, because Tiffany was supposed to come out there and help Jax. Instead, Candice LeRae did. Right? So Io had a good spot. Tiffany had a good spot. They did the obviously the little freaking flip. And then Io with trash can. That was brilliant. Everybody's looking good here. Raquel getting herself in the handcuffs. Rhea Ripley putting Liv Morgan away with the riptide through a table. You would think that this would end it, right? This ends their story. This ends this feud, because this is all it comes down to. It comes down to Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. This is why they held it set up. It's Team Liv, Team Rhea, not Team Liv, not Team B versus Team Bianca. No. This all came down to the biggest story of it all, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and that's all that fucking people cared about. And for anybody to say that this is not over, why the fuck not? Why isn't this over? Because it's the only thing they got. It's the only thing they got. Nia Jax even started the match with Bayley, which was like, oh my god, not another one of these fucking matches, dude. I'm sorry. I'm going to be completely honest. Every woman in this match is talented. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on, you know, their in-ring work or the performance. I'm shitting on the fact that WWE, when it came to creative and booking, it just decided to force Liv Morgan to team up with, you know, the other champion to then take on the others. It feels so forced, and you can even tell it's forced. They didn't think it through. Like, can we grab somebody from NXT? Because think about grabbing somebody from NXT. Think about grabbing Cora Jade and Roxanne, right? Not only does this put eyes on NXT, but this also puts eyes on them, Cora Jade and Roxanne, right? So that eventually when Roxanne loses the title or Cora Jade doesn't, you know, loses her touch in NXT, they get called up together. Then we have a compact, you know, future of women wrestlers, and we can pack it more with the new Women's Intercontinental and Women's United States Championship. So Rhea Ripley and, of course, the baby faces, I should say, in the WarGames won, which was my prediction. Again, WWE also had to figure out how to send the crowd home happy, because if not, then you understand. But yeah, this felt forced. Again, I'm not going to say it's the worst women's WarGame match. It's very entertaining and it's very fun, but man, the first, oh my god, I'm just, I'm mad. Something about me is mad. But again, very, very good work from all women, all across the board. They did a phenomenal job. I won't shit on it even more. It's just how we led up to and how we're going to come out of it is going to be very entertaining. I can't wait to see what happens. So, we then led into LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title. Now, we just got done with our women's WarGames. That lasted almost an hour. We then move on to this match, where after 3 weeks of attacking the champion, LA Knight comes out and tries to ambush fucking Shinsuke. Missed in the face. LA Knight's cheering. Shinsuke Nakamura attacks LA Knight. And then the other week, of course, LA Knight has a match, and Shinsuke fucking, like, it was so, I don't know the words, but to have Shinsuke win the U.S. title coming back from WWE was a piss poor idea. Great job with the presentation. I like his theme song a little bit. I'm not big. I'd rather him go back to the violinist era of Shinsuke's theme. Remember back 2018, I think it was? Yeah, 2018, Violinist 2019, somewhere around there. Violinist was doing great. That's what I want to go back to. But 3 weeks of attack, and this is how you end LA Knight's reign as champion. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. There should be, and hopefully will be, a rematch for the United States Championship. Hopefully Saturday Night Main Event. LA Knight will take on Shinsuke. Now, I think what WWE is probably doing, because they tend to do tribute to the troops. They haven't done it in, like, when's the last time they did tribute to the troops? They haven't done it in a while. They're doing the Saturday Night Main Event so they can throw more, like, caution to the wind. I forget. I really forget. But here, LA Knight and Shinsuke should have ended with LA Knight winning. The fact that Shinsuke won the U.S. title. Yes, Shinsuke has been on a losing streak, but LA Knight's your star. He's your future here. All right? And when he and like I said, look out for the heel turn for LA Knight. The power is getting to him, and you can tell the power was getting to his head. You could easily tell the power was getting to his head. I don't care what promo Shinsuke cut. 3 weeks of attacks, and you have your babyface lose. What the fuck? Now what? LA Knight's now going... Because I guess what WWE doesn't want happening is turning LA Knight heel because of the fact that he might lose touch with the crowd. No, turning heel is perfect. He starts like... It's a rinse and repeat thing. You become a babyface, you win the championship, you do a run with the championship as a babyface for a little bit, and then over time, when you hold it more and more and more, titles have power, man. The power gets to your head, and it affects you. It affects you in a very manipulative way. The title is so manipulative, like the power gets to your head and you don't realize it, right? The fact that and Cody is trying to fight the effects off of it, being the biggest babyface and the biggest draw for WWE. LA Knight is over here without the championship. He's the biggest megastar that there is. When he's with the championship, he's becoming a megastar in the process, but he's also coming out here. And I've said LA Knight could be a good heel. He really could be. He's got the promo, he's got the looks, he's got the facial expression, he's got everything he needs to become a heel, even with the championship. The fact that we took it off of him for Shinsuke Nakamura is very shameful. Like I wrote on Twitter, 3 weeks of attacks, and this is how you end LA Knight's reign. Shameful. They should feel ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed that Shinsuke is now champion. Why should they be ashamed? Well, think about it, man. There's no reason for it, right? That's making the babyface look weak, ladies and gentlemen. The babyface is looking weak here. Okay, you have Shinsuke come out. You have the bad guy, the heel, attack you 3 weeks in a row, right? Even when you tried to get a jump on him for revenge, right? He misses you in the face. He stopped your attack. Don't you think this would be a way for LA Knight to come back and fucking destroy him? Right? No. No. They give it to Shinsuke. Now, if LA Knight is to get it back, I hope he gets it back. But here's the problem, is now we're on to a new title reign. And you know what? Let's be honest. 8 title defenses, 112 days, that's not bad. He defended it for almost a good amount that he held it for. All right? This is great because he passed the 90-day mark, okay? What makes it, like I've said here before, what makes a good title reign is 90 days. Just a good one. A good title reign is 3 months, okay? Good title reign is 3 months. Anything below that is kind of like, well, you know, if he defends it more, right? Like, if he defends the United States Championship more within the months that, like, even if it, like, he ends up defending it in 2 months, but he has a good amount of title reigns. That's a good, I could let it slide and say, you know what, that's an all right run. But still, LA Knight's held it from SummerSlam to now, and again, it's been a good 3-month reign of LA Knight's run. Now we're on to Shinsuke. But, I don't know. It's kind of a weird one, man. It's kind of a weird one because Shinsuke just don't need the title. Like, he good representation. Like, yes, we need more heels. But to put we didn't need Shinsuke to be champion. I know that Shinsuke has been losing his lost matches constantly. But still, like, there's no need for this. There was no fucking need for this at all. No need for this. And a lot of people will look over Shinsuke and be like, well, you discredit him. Well, motherfucker, I'm not going to... Listen, I'm not discrediting Shinsuke. The fact is that LA Knight is off the heels. We're almost towards the end of the year. Why switch the title hands now? Like, why don't you have LA Knight carry it into the next year? Like, if you wanted Shinsuke and LA Knight at the Royal Rumble, you wanted to change hands there, fucking by all means, be my guest. Fucking change the title hands. But now you're going to rebuild LA Knight up with all that momentum and all that build. You're going to get the crowd. They want to keep him a babyface. So, in this process, they're going to fucking... What are they going to do? They're going to take the title off of him. So they can keep that... They can maintain that babyface LA Knight. That's what I think WWE tried to do here. They wanted to maintain LA Knight's popularity. They didn't want him switching right into a heel like other people have thought, myself included. But it would have led. If LA Knight retained, yeah, he would have turned into a heel. I don't think LA Knight should have turned into a heel now. I don't think they should jump right into LA Knight calling out the crowd now and being a dick. WWE's got merchandise and got sales with LA Knight than they do with Shinsuke. They put the title on Shinsuke. They can just have him hang around for a bit, let him swim around the pools, as where they take LA Knight out and they draw him up to be a babyface again. Get everybody's big pop, say his name, yeah, again. That's what I think they did here. This was the only prediction I got wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So, instead of putting the World Championship match in the middle, they decided to put the triple threat match in the middle. 3, right in the middle, the third match, 3 men. Not going to lie, I knew this match was going to be great. I knew this match was going to be great. Sheamus and Kaiser are 2 talented stars. Braun Breaker is another one in there. Do not underestimate Kaiser, ladies and gentlemen. That's one thing I do mention. All of them had a reason to be here. Kaiser was here to make a name for himself. Sheamus really wanted to get back at Ludwig Kaiser and get a shot at Braun Breaker's title. Braun Breaker is one of those men who you can't break. He's unbreakable. That should be his finisher. The unbreakable spear. But all of these men are very good, talented men. And this triple threat match was the highlight of it. Okay? This match was very highlighted. It's probably one of the best matches of the night. If I could give the best match of the night, other than the men's war games, I'm going to give it to this match right here. This triple threat match was stellar. It was great. It was impactful. Kaiser pulling the referee out when Sheamus thought he had the title won. I almost thought he won the title too at one point. Oh my God, it was amazing. Braun Breaker speared the fuck out of Kaiser. Speared Sheamus. I thought Sheamus was going to counter and hit like a knee and then hit the bro kick to put him away and steal the title. But Breaker speared Sheamus. Breaker's still your Intercontinental Champion. That is great. You get to keep a heel mid-carder. That is perfect. I don't know who's next in line for the Intercontinental Championship, but it would be nice to keep Sheamus going. Ludwig Kaiser being protected in the sense. He doesn't technically lose the match because he wasn't pinned. Right? The same thing could have been said if we had a new champion. If Sheamus pinned Ludwig, Braun Breaker would be, of course, getting a rematch for that title. So the fact that he pinned Sheamus was also to put him away. You know, Ludwig can then go back to Gunther. A lot of things can happen. I think moving forward, they should stick with Sheamus and Braun Breaker. This could be a really hot, heated feud between these two men. I think this would be great for both men in their career. So Saturday Night Main Event, if WWE, if you're looking for a matchup for the Intercontinental Championship on Saturday Night Main Event, you got your 2 men right here, Sheamus and Braun Breaker. Keep it going. Ludwig Kaiser still needs to prove himself. I'm not saying he's a bad in-ring worker. He's really good at what he does. He's been able to come across as arrogant. He's give him more time. Give him more time, and he'll get there. Give him more time to work, and he's got it. Like, programming is going to be perfect. It's going to be stellar. Like, you got to give Ludwig some time to grow, but this match was amazing. Fucking amazing. Spear to Ludwig, takes him out. Spear Sheamus, ends the match. It's perfect. Everything else that was there was great. Braun Breaker took both men out. I knew this was going to happen. I was waiting for that moment. Sheamus and Ludwig are fighting. Braun Breaker's on the apron, hits him with a clothesline over the fucking, like Michael Cole and Corey Graves are already out of the fucking way. That was just, oh my God, it was great. It was great. I'd like to see where Braun Breaker goes from here. It'd be nice to see where we get, and we're gonna get the Women's Intercontinental Title tournament on Raw, beginning this Raw, this Monday, and we're gonna find out who's gonna win that United States Women's Championship at Saturday Night Main Event. So really, by the end of this year, we could be getting or at the start of on Netflix, we could get our very first glimpse or look at what's going to happen for the first show on Netflix. I'm pumped for it, guys. I will not miss it for the world. I'm even getting that day off. The 6th of January, I'm getting that day off, so that's when they'll be on Netflix. I don't know if SmackDown's heading there too, but just look out for that. And we'll have that podcast, we'll have that up here ready and set for you guys. We'll be ready and set to go for everyone here. yeah, so look out for Netflix. Look out for that to come. This channel will be transforming into the podcast channel, of course, of being able to, get our predictions and analyze the WWE's Raw and SmackDown. And we might grow. Once we start to grow, maybe in a couple of months from there, we will start to, maybe put in NXT or maybe, throw in AEW if we want to. You'll have some rants maybe go in there. So a lot of things are coming. I thought I'd just announce that here. Great match. Honestly, a highlight. Like, if I tell you to go back to watch a match, go watch this match. Like, fuck everything else. Go watch this match. It's important. It's really great. So I've been trying to find a way to make this match, or feel like this match should be, in some sense, I don't know how to say it, man. I feel like I'm trying to find the right words to say about this match. Okay. As much as I really anticipated this match to be good, the Finn Balor Damian Priest feud is not over, and it's bullshit. I think we're running around in circles here. And as a viewer, it's really challenging. It's really hard. Finn Balor screwing Damian Priest once again out of the world title picture. Out of the world title match. Last shot against Gunther. Like, this whole story had nothing to do with Finn Balor. Had nothing to do with fucking Judgment Day. It had everything to do with Damian Priest and Gunther. I'm the king of the streets. You're the king of the ring. Whatever. Now we're going back to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just say this. If Damian Priest, if you don't think Damian Priest and Finn Balor is not going to happen at WrestleMania, I'd rethink that. Because WWE could be looking down the barrel of putting Damian Priest up against Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania to end this entire fucking feud once and for all. Just like how they're doing Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Like, all of this shit needs to happen. All this shit needs to stop. Finn Balor should have won at Bad Blood. Fucking... If you didn't read my tweets on that, people overlook him. People overlook Finn Balor. Go back, watch his shit from 2016, 2017, 2018. Go back and watch. He was special. Hell, go back to when he was in NXT. He was fucking doing amazing work. Alright? And for them to have him cut a promo, how he's going to stab Damian Priest when he least expects it, yada, yada, yada. Take him seriously. Motherfucker, why did he lose at Bad Blood then? If you wanted me to take Finn Balor seriously as a threat to Damian Priest, then you should have had him win at Bad Blood. That was a stupid fucking decision to not do that. And then to have him featured in this is just a repeat of fucking SummerSlam. Not to take away from what Gunther and Damian Priest did. They did amazing work. Again, their in-ring work is everything that you could put in here. Gunther laid out Priest. Gunther then did the same thing again here by making Priest passed out, and yeah, referee called the match. Priest was out. So now we're going back to this Damian Priest Finn Balor programming. We could get a Saturday night main event match with them. Who knows? But look for WrestleMania to be where Finn Balor and Damian Priest conclude, with Finn Balor losing to Damian Priest. Finn Balor just needs a win against Damian Priest. That's all that needs to happen. All that needs to happen. Should have done it at fucking Bad Blood, but you didn't. You could have built Damian Priest up back again. Alright? They built up Damian Priest just for Finn Balor to screw him. It's like he gets built up, Finn Balor screws him. Built up, Finn Balor screws him. I hate this repetitive rinse and repeat shit. We saw this from Vince constantly, and it's fucking annoying. So please, WWE, if you're watching this or you're hearing this out, please, as a viewer, stop with the rinse and repeat shit. Alright? I don't care if it's a fucking callback to SummerSlam. Learn how to book a program where two men who don't like each other each get a win in their respective rights to prove what they are claiming is true. Finn Balor claims to be the the end of all for Damian Priest. He's going to be the reason Damian Priest isn't going to get world title matches. The reason he's not going to win matches, right? Prove that. Have Finn Balor beat Damian Priest. But show Damian Priest that he's got what it takes. Priest is going to prove that Finn Balor is nothing more than a waste of space. He's just hanging on to the fucking past of what happened in 2023. Prove that. Have Damian Priest win, which they have done constantly. Where's Finn Balor's moment? Where's Finn Balor's calling card? It's nowhere to be fucking seen, and you're not convincing me otherwise. So there was no need for this, and every time you feature Finn Balor and Damian Priest matches, it's nonsense. It's gonna get a low. It's gonna not interest me as a viewer. Okay, so you're gonna have to do something with Finn Balor. I don't care whether it's having me in a match and winning, right? Build up momentum. To build momentum is to win matches, cut promos that are meaningful and that mean something, and then having a win under your belt backing that up. Triple H, you know this. You've talked about this. There was an interview Triple H has done a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, that he had said, like, chalk is cheap. Talk is easy. It's what you do, it's how you back it up in the ring. You talk all this smack, you should be able to back what you're saying. Back up what you're saying. Finn Balor has been talking this shit. He's unable to back up what he's saying. Damian Priest has. So if we keep with this route of Damian Priest getting built up and then knocked down because of Finn Balor, I'm fucking sick and tired of it. This match was alright. It was really good, entertaining, fun. Respects to Damian Priest, shoutouts to Gunther and Priest, of course, both respected men in the squared circle. They both got what it takes. They're fighting for more than what you see. Yeah. And again, I knew Gunther was going to win from the jump. Like there's no way, you know. Especially end of the year, I said Gunther should hold the title for a year at least. I hope WWE does that. So now, fuck it, I'm putting Bronson Reed. Fuck that. Oh. So now we get to our main event: the OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline with Bronson Reed involved. So I caught a bit of this match. I rewatched this match too, because I ended up falling asleep. It was very fucking late. But yes, I did end up watching a bit of this match. It was really good. Uso and Tama starting off. It sounds like a fucking chainsaw. The Chainsaw! Tama Tonga should be his nickname. Now, anyway. Roman Reigns still loves Solo. You see it there. Solo, as Roman like offers him a hug, he like says, "Come on, just please. This isn't about me anymore. This is about us as a family." And that's what Roman really showed there. And I honestly think Roman has changed. But there's a bit of there inside Roman, deep down, there is a bit of where he is going to become the tribal chief. But Sammy is his own person. Jay is his own person. Jimmy's his own person. They want to, like, we're not doing this whole fucking support the tyrant anymore. This is about coming together as one and taking out the bloodline. Now Solo is on this rampage of, like, you acknowledge me, I'm the tribal chief now. And I knew this was going to come. You had the six-man tag team match at Crown Jewel. Solo wins, and then you have fucking Roman Reigns come back. They come all together and they win, right? I want to shout out Wheezy here. It's Wheezy Blonde. Go follow her on. Go subscribe to her if you haven't already. Go follow her on Twitter and Instagram. Really nice person. She mentioned a tweet which I retweeted, and again I liked. about how a lot of people like praised for or wanted Seth Rollins, and then didn't like get all angry if people just get all angry if that wasn't the case, right? Like people are all hooked. Oh yeah, Finn Balor's gonna be, or sorry, Finn Balor. Seth Rollins is gonna be the guy. Seth Rollins is gonna be the guy to join the Bloodline or join the join the Roman crew, to take on Solo and nobody else. Well, my response for that is nobody gave me an alternative. Nobody been like, hey, what do you think? What do you think about this guy? Like, let's say it's not Seth Rollins. Do you think this guy would be great for the Bloodline or for Roman, Sammy, and I was never asked that. So I was hooked to Seth Rollins immediately. But when you look over towards like Punk, if you were to ask me at the time when I was already hooked to Rollins, if you were to ask me like, do you think Punk could join? I would have probably said no. I would have been one of those, So her tweet is really fucking good. It's backed up. But over time, I would have thought about it a little bit more if you asked me, before the match happened, that Punk would be a good choice. I probably would have said, or before Punk even came out and been the fifth member, I would have said, you know what, yeah, Punk, it makes sense. Asking for the favors and whatnot. So, Punk and Roman still don't they don't like each other, but they respect each other. And you see Punk actually made it very clear he acknowledged Roman Reigns, and not Solo. Like, he made it very clear about that. So, and I voted the baby faces because you want to send the crowd home happy. You want to send them home happy. You don't want to send them home miserable. Because you'll want them craving for more. I like the ending of this. Everybody's hugging out. Everybody's shaking the hands. We got, acknowledgments and whatnot going forward. Bronson Reed and Punk could be the next setup for a program on Raw. That would be good. Punk stealing Rollins' opponent. I don't know. I mean, Rollins already done with fucking Reed. But Reed took Rollins out, so. We'll have to see what happens more. Sami Zayn and Uso. Jay will hop back to SmackDown, back to Raw. Roman and Jimmy got some work to do with the Bloodline or whatnot. So, I can't wait to see what they got going on moving forward. This was a great match. To have Roman, to have everybody hit their finisher, to have the Usos hit the super kick on the Solo, to have Sami Zayn hit the Luva kick on the Solo, have CM Punk hit the GTS, and then Roman with the spear, just proves that this is done. It's over. This feud is gone. It's done. It's got to be over. It's got to be done. Now, the shit between Roman and Solo in the Bloodline, that might not be done, but like for this group versus group, yeah, it's done. It's done, ladies and gentlemen. So. Jacob Fatu will be a WWE champion at some point. He will be. He will be at some point. I don't know when. Solo will not be champion. To now switch the focus. How do we switch now the focus from the Bloodline? Something big's going to happen. Whether it's Rock coming in here and making it clear that he's the one who runs this crew of the Bloodline, not Roman's, right? And this might just go back to when Roman literally had The Rock acknowledge him. That might be the case. Like, that might just be the case, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Rock might have had that tension when fucking Roman said to acknowledge me. And this is kind of diminishing because Rock's been here longer than Roman. So, to have The Rock acknowledge Roman, just, at that moment I knew it was like, oh, this feels so fucking, this is so bad. To have Rock acknowledge Roman? Hell no. So, I want to see Roman and The Rock face each other at WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. Las Vegas, it's going to be there. Rock becomes the final boss, the heel. I can't wait to see what happens. Cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, Babyfaces won, and that was Survivor Series. Ended on a high note. Ended on a good note, too. One wrong, 4 out of 1, of course, or 4 out of the 5 right. That's not bad. They just threw me a curveball for Shinsuke and LA Knight. The next one is Saturday Night Main Event. I don't think that's a pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that's going to be, I mean, if it's a pay-per-view or PLE, maybe, then yeah. But it's an event that will be live on NBC, so like on cable, like Tribute to the Troops, or they do it for that. And then, give me a minute. Alright, I'm sorry about that, guys. But no, I can't wait to see what happens in the future, and this is going to be great. I gotta kind of wrap this up. Great Survivor Series. I can't. It was pretty good. Again, skip the first half. Really, like the first half of the match of the pay-per-view doesn't matter. Everything else is worth watching later. Yeah. So next year, the first Raw on Netflix. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about the next day on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. When I got my notes and I got everything set up, and it's perfect. We're still working on that. My computer's a bit slow, so I don't know if we're going to be working on that. I did say we would be doing that, but we could be doing it in another way. Maybe on X when we do the spaces, where we talk about it. But yeah, other than that, I think we're working things out. When we have an update, we'll let you know. Until then, I will see you guys in January. And the name of this channel will be changed up. Everything will be very changed. I don't know. I'll make a video at some point. So,